Welcome to the Short Pour, where we explore the art and science of wine, one sip at a time. Hi, I'm Ann Chalgren, and today we're diving into one of the most misunderstood topics in wine, sulfites. A big thank you to LKNconnect.com for making this video possible. They're your local resource for all things community, connection, and culture. So, what exactly are sulfites? Well, sulfites are a group of sulfur-based compounds that occur naturally during fermentation. They're also commonly added to foods and beverages as preservatives to prevent oxidation and spoilage. So, what this means is anything that has been fermented, any wine, any food, any pickling, anything like that, has sulfites. In winemaking, sulfur dioxide, or SO2, has been used for centuries to stabilize wine and keep it fresh. Without it, your favorite bottle would turn into vinegar before you could enjoy it. So here's a fun fact. Wine contains fewer sulfites than many everyday foods. For example, dried fruits have up to 3,000 parts per million, French fries up to 1,800 parts per million, and wine typically 150 parts per million for whites and 50 to 100 parts per million for reds. In the United States, it is a law that says that anytime there are more than 100 parts per million, that it has to be labeled on the side of the bottle. Now let's talk about sulfites in the Old World versus New World. Old World producers, like those in France and Italy, often aimed for lower levels of added sulfites due to stricter regulations and traditional winemaking practices. So New World wines from places like California and Australia may use slightly higher levels to ensure stability during transport. But here's the thing, even the highest levels allowed, wine at 350 parts per million in the United States, are considered safe for most people. So, are sulfites really the problem? Studies suggest that only a small percentage of the population, around 1%, has a true sulfite sensitivity, and it's usually those that are prone to asthma. It's more likely that reactions are caused by other additives in wine, such as additive preservatives or flavorings in mass-produced wines, histamines and tannins which are naturally occurring in wine, especially reds. So if you've experienced discomfort after drinking wine, it's worth exploring how wine is made rather than blaming sulfites alone. So if you believe you're sensitive and you are having reactions to drinking wine and you'd like to explore a little further, one of the first things that I would suggest you try, if you primarily drink, say, California wines, maybe those from South America, New Zealand, maybe Australia, South Africa perhaps, just for the short term, switch over to French, Italian, German, possibly even Greek or Austrian options. So if you say like a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, go to a French Sauvignon Blanc. If you like a California Pinot Grigio, go to an Italian Pinot Grigio. If you like a California Chard, go to a Burgundy. A white Burgundy is a French Chardonnay. So those would be some of my quick suggestions for the whites. In terms of reds, if you like a Napa Cab or you like any of the red blends, the most logical thing would be for you to go to a French Bordeaux or possibly even try Italian Super Tuscan. Those are red blends with the same or very similar grapes. All of those wines were made to emulate the same wines, which basically started in Bordeaux. So California red blends, Italian Super Tuscans, those are all meant to go back to the original Bordeaux blends. And it's worth understanding where the issues are coming from so that you can pivot and still enjoy a lovely glass of wine with your meal or with friends. So thanks for joining me today on The Short Pour to unravel the facts about sulfites. I want to thank our sponsor, LKNconnect.com, for bringing this community together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and let me know in the comments what wine myths you'd like me to tackle next. Thanks so much for joining me on The Short Pour. I'm Ann Chalgren. Cheers!